Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, you're welcome. My name is Anita, and if you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe. Hit the notification bell to get notified each and every time I upload a new tutorial on my channel. If you're a member, you are welcome back. Thank you for coming back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you on how to draft a square neck bustier pattern step by step. So if you want to know how, I'll be going about it. Keep on watching. First thing I'm going to do is I'll go ahead to draw my shoulder measurement. After doing so, the next thing I'm going to do is I'll go ahead now to take my shoulder measurement divided by 2. Mine is 14. 14 divided by 2 is going to give me 7. I'm going to go down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. After doing so, I will move down to my armhole deep, which is 7.5. If you don't know how to get the armhole deep, divide around your bust by 4, then you add 1.5 inch to it, or you take round your armhole and divide it by 2. Then after marking that up, I'm going to go ahead to connect it up like this. Next thing I'll do is to come here and divide whatever I have here by 2, which is 7.5 divided by 2 is going to give me 3.075. I'm going to go in my half inch. Here I'm going to take round my bust and divide it by 4. Round my bust is 34. 34 divided by 4 is going to give me 8.5 inch. I will mark that up and I connect this up like this. After doing so, I'm going to take from my shoulder to my bust point line, which is 10 inch. From my shoulder to the half length, which is 15 inch. I will mark that up. But I'm going to go down by 1 inch. Then I'm going to go ahead now just to connect that point up like this, and I'm going to do the same thing up like so. After doing so, I'm going to go ahead now to mark from the shoulder to the under bust, which is 13 inch. I'm going to level it up, the chest line, the bust point line, the under bust line, and the waist line. Next thing I will do is to go ahead, take my nipple to nipple measurement and divide that by 2. Mine is 8. 8 divided by 2 is going to give me 4. I'm going to connect it up like this. After doing so, I'm going to go ahead now. I'll be creating my dart of 1 inch. Half inch both sides, altogether is 1 inch. Then I'm going to go ahead now to connect this up like that from the downer part. Now I'm going to connect this up like this as well. Next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and connect it up like this. You can use your French curve, armhole curve, or anything you have at home. Connect it up like that, and after that, blend that up. Next thing I'm going to do is to take round my bust and divide that by 4. Mine is 34. 34 divided by 4 is going to give me 8.5. I'm going to mark that up. I'll come here, I'll take round my under bust divided by 4. Mine is 30. 30 divided by 4 is going to give me 7.5. I'm going to add 1 inch to it. 1 inch here, and here I'm also going to be adding my 1 inch. Then I'm going to come here, I'll divide around my waist by 4. Around my waist is 27. 27 divided by 4 is going to give me 6.075. and mark that up, and I'm going to add 1 inch. After doing so, go ahead to connect that up. I'm going to measure up whatever I have here and divide that by 2, which is 5.5 divided by 2 is going to give me 2.075. I'm going to mark that up and connect it up with a straight line. I will come here and connect my dart of 0.25. I'm going to do the same thing, 0.25. Then after doing so, we're going to go ahead to connect that up like that. I'm going to roll up, line up like this. See what I just did there? Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'll just connect it all the way to the armhole like that. Then we're going to be creating up the neckline depending on how deep you want it to be. I'm going to mark how deep I want the neck deep to be. You can go down by 6, 7 or 8 inch. Then I'm going to go in by my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2. So mine is 8 divided by 2 is going to give me 7. I'll just go ahead to connect that up like this. See what I just did there? Then I'm connect this point up. That's 6.5 inch I went down. Then at this point right there, we're going to go in like this. Place up your tape like this and go in by 1 inch. Take up your French curve, anything you have, or your pan curve ruler, or your armhole curve ruler, and connect that up. After connecting that up, the next thing I'm going to do is I will come here. I'm going to, it depends on how wide you want your straps to be. You can go ahead and make it 2 inch, or you can go ahead and make it 3 inches on you. So I'm going to be creating mine at 2 inch. Look at what I'm doing here. I'm just going to go ahead and connect this out like that. Then I'm going to go in by 2 inch and mark that up. I'm going to bring it all the way to that my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2. Connect that up. See what I just did there? Okay, what I have here is 4.5 inch. That's the width of my neckline. Okay, I'm going to pull this up. So if you want to have in a kind of a square at the downer part or a basque at the downer part, what you're going to do is to come here. You're going to go down by 3.5 inch. I'm going to connect this part from here all the way to that 3.5 inch. See what I just did there? I mark. Now I'm going to connect that up. You can go ahead and mark 3 inch, 4 inch, or even 5 inch. Connect that up like this. Because I want to have in a kind of a U, I'm going to connect that up. But if you want to have like a kind of a triangle at the front, you just go ahead and connect it straight. After doing so, just go ahead to level up your pattern. It is very important at this part. Level it up 1 and 2 so you know which one to place. We're going to be cutting that up right now. So at this part, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and connect it from that second line. Remember that 1/2 inch we went in, so you're supposed to connect it from there, and you continue cutting it. Look at where I'm cutting the neck deep from the second line. Just follow up the way I'm cutting it so you will not make any mistake while trying to cut yours. You're done cutting it. Next thing you need to do is to go ahead to get the same level. You're going to place it up on a paper like this and connect that part up, because if not, you're going to have shortage of fabric. Or you can choose to add back that allowance that is shorting from on your fabric. Okay, I'm going to be drafting up the back really quick. It's almost the same thing, but we don't have that basket effect at the back. Okay, the back is straight, so that's why I'm going in a bit quicker. Then for the armhole of the back, we'll measure it up, get the center, and we'll be connecting it from the outside. Make sure our straps is 2 inch like what we did for the front. I'll just make sure I measure up whatever I have here, the neck deep for the back, the same as the front, but you can make the back a little bit higher. See, I choose to go down by 1 inch and I'm going to reconnect it up like this. See what I just did? Then I'm going to go ahead to mark up the nipple to nipple measurement. I'm just going to connect it with a straight line. Measure up whatever you have and divide that by 2. Create your dart of 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch both sides. After doing so, just go ahead now, put 1/4 of your bust like we already did for the front, and I'm going to mark the under bust line. Therefore, it's almost everything we did at the front except of the the princess of that and the basket shape that we had at the front. And then for my strap, what I'm going to do is that same 1/2 inch, that slightly 0.25 that I went in from the front, I'm going to repeat the same thing here. Make sure that whatever you have should be the same. I'm just going to go ahead and connect it up like that, and I will cut that up, making sure it is the same both the back and the front. I'm going to level that up and cut that up. The back is straight, okay? The back is not like having a design at the back. Remember, if you're adding up a zipper, you're going to be adding up your zipper allowance. So we've come to the end of this tutorial. I hope you find it helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.